Namaste, everybody. I got some feedback on my last post that I had of me jogging. You know that's not what I'm doing right now, but I mentioned before the advantages of living close to the mountains. One of the disadvantages is that it also snows a lot earlier and gets cold sooner than it does down at the lower elevations. So last night we had some weather here, and it snowed up here in the mountains. It's about 2 inches right now on most of the roads here. There are still a few places that I can jog slowly, but it's a little more treacherous and I have to be careful. So I've been trying to pace myself, and one of the things that I think is kind of interesting about pace, when I was in high school, I learned about running from swimming. I was on the high school swim team in addition to being on the track and cross country teams. But when I was swimming, I learned to pace myself according to the way that I breathe. And when you're swimming, you can't just breathe all the time. You have to time your breathing to coincide with your stroke. And usually I would try to breathe, inhale on alternating strokes, or every fifth stroke, so that it was on alternating sides, and that way I wouldn't get pushed to one side or the other from always breathing on the same side. And if I was trying to go faster, I would take more strokes between breaths, and if I was trying to go slower, I would breathe a little bit more frequently and have a little bit more of a steady pace. And with running, I try and do something kind of similar. I try to exhale about every fifth step, and that way I alternate steps as I'm exhaling. And then I just kind of naturally inhale. And I find that that's a good way to kind of be aware of my exertion and of my pace. If I'm running faster, then I'll speed up my respiration and maybe breathe on every fourth step instead of every fifth. But it's kind of a matter of being intentional about my pace. And I've been finding, as I've been getting up here into higher elevations, it's a little harder to time it to every fifth step. So a lot of times I'm doing it every fourth step. But I find that there's maybe a little bit of a parallel to what I'm trying to do with going to Mars, because I kind of have to pace myself with my my efforts. If I try to go too fast, I burn out, and there's just too much to do, and something gets lost in the mix. And so sometimes it's important to kind of slow down and be intentional about the things that I'm doing. And I'll explain down in my notes here a little bit about some of those things that I'm trying to do on a regular basis. But one of the things that's interesting about breathing is that if you concentrate on exhaling, your body naturally inhales. That's kind of the relaxed state of the diaphragm. It just kind of sucks air in. And so I concentrate on exhaling. And in a similar way with working to go to Mars and achieve my other goals, I think that as you focus on the work, the inspiration comes from other people around you and from insights that you have related to the work that you're doing. And so I'm trying to focus on the work, whatever I can do each day. And I know that as I do that, I'm going to find inspiration and support from the people that are in my network, and from all you folks out there, and I really appreciate that. So I'm going to sign off now and focus on not slipping and falling here on the snow. We'll talk to you in a bit. Bye.